everybody. I'm so sorry I'm not here today. If we had had school on Friday, I would have been able to tell you that I wasn't going to be here today. I do think I told a couple classes. Mr. Trask, I believe, is substituting today. So remember all about our game. I'll talk about that in a minute. Today we are taking our midterm. I did talk with you about that last week. It is two reading passages. One is fiction or a story, and one is nonfiction, which means informational, and 24 multiple choice questions. Everything I'm saying right now is up on the screen as well, so you can follow along with the bulleted points. This will count as a test grade, and it does count in this 10-week average. Okay, so I do want you to take your time. We can work on this tomorrow if we need to. Definitely do your best. You can write on the test. It is your copy. So go back, check your answers, think about all those things that we've been doing together when you're reading your independent passages and you're meeting with me independently if you're missing something. Okay, show what you are capable of with this test. Now you must use a pencil. The substitute will pass pencils out, or maybe the substitute will call in somebody to pass pencils out. You will be using a Scantron. We have used Scantrons this year a couple times, but if you forgot how to use it, please make sure that you ask the substitute at the end of class when you're filling in those bubbles. How do I fill in the bubbles that match my Scantron? Remember that if you need to leave because you get your test read, or you get extra time, or you get a separate location, you do need to leave. That it is your responsibility. So when Mr. Traska or the substitute lets you know that it's time for you to leave, please do so. Celebration this week is Friday. It's a half day. Yay. So remember that you want to get a good report. Now, speaking of celebration, I'm going to go to the next slide and show you what will be on celebration this Friday. Our Unit 3 sentences, our weekly independent passages. We've had 2 sets. The Google Sites if you're in period 11, or Plotting Our Lives if you're in periods 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then today's midterm, which is a test, so that will count as double stickers. Remember that next week, I will be drawing names from your independent cards on the bulletin board, the boom board in the back of the room. I'll be pulling those cards, right, if you got 10 stickers, to give out the Tim Hortons and Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. Each class gets at least a couple people pulled, right? I also want you to remember, if you get a good report today, your car will move. If you get a good report, depending on the number of people mentioned, it could move multiple spots. So if Mr. Traska writes down multiple names as being helpful, volunteering, being polite, asking questions at the end, but doing it in an appropriate way, blah, 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 your car moves forward the number of people that he mentions. And if your class just gets a good report overall, you also will move forward one just for your class. You can see it is a pretty tight race. I'm in the way back. Period 11 is in the front, followed by periods 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 spaces behind. Then orange, another space behind, and red right behind them. So guys, you are right at each other's heels, and anybody can win this. When we take a look, I mean, you only have like not very many spaces left to move. Now, I don't think anybody's going to win it this week, but I do think that the next celebration, somebody could potentially win. Now, this is all for today. I want you to remember, this is a test. There is no talking. You should not be nudging your neighbor. Okay, Mr. Traska will be around watching you as you're taking the test. If you have questions, raise your hand. Absolutely no talking. If you get a bad report or somebody's name is mentioned, remember that your car goes back. Okay, so do your best today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm just taking my daughter to an orthodontist appointment, and I'll see you all then. All right, thanks everybody. Do good stuff today. Bye.